I didn't even take a shower today. It's not true. I did take a shower.
You smell showered.
We're on air. Hey, everybody. I'm Shane. I'm here with Susan Werner. Good to see you, Susan.
Hey, thanks. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us. So I usually start these off by talking about the history of the artist and us. And you have been playing here for many years.
Many.
15?
Longer than that.
20?
I think I played Kerrville Folk Festival way back in like 1994 or something.
Okay.
And then it was maybe on that run or the run after that I first played here. And it's great to be here on the other side of the big shutdown.
Yeah.
It's really great to see a venue like this make it.
I think we've had this show in the books pre-COVID, didn't we?
Oh, did they just keep bouncing it?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes
I mean,
sense.
so we'll see who shows up. But
Well,
I mean, it's full.
It sounds like it's going to be great. So,
It's going to be great. So I'm going to get in these hard-hitting questions. You ready?
okay, I'm ready for the hard questions.
What was the first record you bought with your own hard-earned cash?
Foreigner?
Which one?
The one with like the number 8 and the countdown. I think it was. I'm waiting for a girl like you.
This is why I do these interviews, so I get
You
people
never
to sing.
know. Yeah.
That's actually a good record.
I mean, it's cheese, but really good cheese.
That
It was high level cheese.
That was hot-leaded, right?
Hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded.
Check it and see. That was
Got
it.
a fever. I'm not going to
Take
sing
it. No, you.
No.
Yeah.
That's as good as it gets for me. Well, that's a lot better than a lot of people's first records. So
I mean, look.
your cool factor just went up for me.
Really?
Not that it could possibly go up any higher.
Wow.
Not that it
Gosh.
really. I'm sure that's what you woke up this morning.
I was hoping that I would
hoping that
get on your cool meter. Yeah.
Shane's coolness factor. Anyways, what was your first concert? What was the first one you wanted to go to? As like you bought and. I mean, you could tell me both. Like the first one you were drugged to.
I
or
was
the first-
really excited to see Rush.
Oh.
Yeah, like the YYZ.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that I was really excited to see Rush. And I think my high school boyfriend and I would put our heads against the speakers at the Five Seasons Center in Cedar Rapids. I think we probably both got permanent hearing loss that night.
Yeah, I'm sure. So that was your first. That really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's solid.
Oh yeah.
Good for you. I've never seen Rush. I guess I never will now. But
I don't think
Neil
you'll see them
being
now. I think
dead,
they're
so
missing one.
they
They're
are,
missing one,
the
maybe
drummer.
2. But yeah, hey, they were great. I mean, look, it was really musical, right? I don't care what you say. They were doing things in interesting time signatures, and it was challenging music. And as a little, music file, I just
Prog
couldn't
rock.
get on.
Prog rock, if you will.
That's it. Progressive
Yeah.
rock. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge Rush guy. I think Rush is one of those bands you either love or hate. There's like no in between.
Like
I don't
Steely
hate
Dan.
'em,
They say
but-
Steely Dan is like
yeah,
that. Right?
Steely Dan.
Right.
Don't get me started on.
They say Steely Dan is the sushi of music. Like you either love Steely Dan or hate Steely Dan.
I've never heard that, but I've got a
Yeah.
good friend that I just kill about Steely Dan. I'm gonna say that to him. So what was the first artist you put on a pedestal? Like, this is my
Yeah,
person.
Joni Mitchell. Like,
Joni Mitchell.
I didn't really know who she was till I went to college, and then it was like, what is this? I mean, not only is her music really poetic and high level stuff, but it also kind of was a sort of handbook how to be an adult woman, and how to think about heartbreak and how to think about people treating you wrong, and that it might sometimes be your own fault. Right? Because until Joni, most pop music that women wrote or sang was somehow about, he broke my heart.
Right.
But it didn't acknowledge a woman's role in the occasional breakup, right? Or a woman's occasional role, or a woman's frequent role in the thing. And there was something about that felt really helpful to me as a young person, like, I mean, you can take ownership of things going well, but also when you screw up, hey,
Yeah.
you made that decision too.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, makes a lot of sense. So, I mean, not that I've ever screwed up a relationship.
No, right. Me neither. I mean, we're just talking theoretically.
We are talking theoretically. So do you have a favorite, I don't know if you call it like a piano riff, but like a piano part. Do you have one that just you warm up with?
Yeah. So I did a New Orleans record a couple years ago, a New Orleans themed record. And a lot of it was what's called New Orleans junk piano. And New Orleans junk piano is this stride thing. Wah, wah, to boom, bang, to boom, gang, gang, boom, bang, gang. And a lot of it is this left hand like a metronome. And you practice this, and I learned a lot of this off a Dr. John educational DVD. For reals.
Really?
He did 2 of them, and they're tremendous. These Dr. John educational recordings, and you can buy them either in DVD form or as a download now. But it had a camera above the keyboard, and so you could see him from the side and also from above. And that was so helpful to me to be able to see how he did it. Gang, gang, gang. And here's the secret to New Orleans piano, I'll tell you right now. It's that the right hand is later than the left. Watch this, right? Watch. It's like this.
Gotcha.
So in the gap between those 2 parts of the rhythm, it makes your ass move. It's why we dance to reggae, why we dance to Cuban music.
Okay.
Our body is trying to resolve something. That's what makes you do
So
it.
I fully expected maybe start a set with that tonight.
No, it'll be in there though. There'll be some in there, and I'll be watching you to see if you indeed get up off of that thing.
I'm actually going to be bartending tonight, so.
Well, that doesn't stop you from, busting a move back there.
It might.
I hope that you do that.
No, I'm nervous about this whole situation now.
Well, I'll probably be too busy doing it to track what you did, but yeah.
I would like to think it's all about me, Susan.
Well, if you want it to be, I can say, okay, before this next number,
no.
friends, we're going to take
Never
a look
mind.
at Shane behind the bar.
I'm sorry, I opened my mouth. So did you ever have an aha moment where you saw something, heard something, like a melody, a rhythm, lyrics that made you say, I'm doing this with my life? Or was it just something that kind of was?
Yeah, there was kind of an aha moment early on. So I was 5 years old. One of my brothers was 8. And he was taking guitar lessons from Sister Marie Claire. Get this. When nuns could be groovy. Okay, late 60s, early 70s, there was this movement. And I like to thank Pope John the 23rd for my entire career. But he said, right, Mass could be in English and nuns could play guitars.
Okay.
This was a huge change, evidently.
Right.
I was just a little kid. But this was a huge change. So Sister Marie Claire was teaching guitar lessons at the elementary school. My brother Dave brought a guitar home. I was 5, and I said, "What's that?" And he said, "It's a guitar." And I said, "How do you do it?" And he said, "Okay, well," and he showed me 3 chords.
That's all it took.
D, G, and E. I think that was it. And that was it. My whole life was like, that's all.
Wow, that's crazy.
And I've been really fortunate to get to pretty much align right along that.
Well, I've been doing this for 2 years now. Nobody has thanked the Pope for their career.
Well, some people aren't that generous with, with thanks. So maybe a few of them kept that gratitude to themselves. Or not.
So the big question tonight is, I used to call it quarantine watching. What are you Hulu and Netflixing? You got any shows for us? Do you watch TV, or are you one of those people that doesn't?
I don't watch a lot.
Yeah.
Some bad thing happens, and I turn the news on, and then I'm like, the news is too bad, and I turn it off. And it's like, that's my relationship to
That's
the
the way
screen.
I feel about it. I just watch baseball now. That's about it.
Yeah, baseball does not upset you in the same way. No.
Yeah, our team's pretty good, so.
Yeah. Oh, the Astros. That's right.
Yeah.
They're really good. Yeah. It used to be that we in Chicago hated the Astros
Yeah, 'cause we used
because
to
you
be in
were
the
the
same
extra
division.
plague on the National League Central, right?
We were.
Yeah, you
We
were like the problem child. We didn't want you.
Yeah, the Cubs were just kind of like in our division. We hated the Cardinals. The Cubs, Pirates,
Hate the Cardinals. We agree on this much. No love lost.
My hatred for the Cardinals still runs pretty deep.
Yeah, I
Albert
don't.
Pujols can.
I love him. How can you not love Albert?
I could give you 1,000 reasons why.
Really?
He's
Come
hitting
on.
more home runs against the Astros than any other team in the
I believe
league.
that.
And
I
he
believe
ruined my
that.
life. I was at one of the games. Where
He ruined your life.
Well,
Albert
for about-
Pujols ruined your
For
life.
about an hour, he ruined Brad Lidge's, the closer's, life.
Well, I was going to
But
say it wasn't. You weren't on the field at the time.
I was very upset.
Clearly, you still haven't gotten
I
over it.
haven't.
Do you want to talk about that
No.
a little?
No, maybe a little bit. Over some whiskey later. So the last part of this, we're gonna do some either ors. Caveat is, just because you say you like one doesn't mean you hate the other one. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Okay.
First one's Beatles or Stones.
Stones.
Dolly or Aretha.
Aretha.
Elvis or Sinatra.
Sinatra.
Willie or Johnny.
Willie.
Michael Jackson or Prince.
Prince.
Lady Gaga or Madonna.
Well, Lady Gaga's putting out more content, so I'm kind of more with Team Gaga at the moment.
It's okay. Metallica or Sabbath. Yeah, most of the folk singers say that, but I had to throw one in there. So NWA, Beastie Boys,
Nope, I'm just going to admit it. Just not there.
Billie Eilish, or Adele.
Yeah, Billie Eilish is somebody, right? I'm good with that.
You know Billie?
Though she and I are like this. But Adele, I mean, you got Adele. I think she did this thing called a glottal fry, right? It's called a glottal fry. So I studied voice. So what you do is you go like, "Hello from the other side." It's called a glottal fry, and she did that so much. I think she actually tore her vocal cords in pieces. That's why she couldn't tour for a while, right?
She retired at like 24.
Right, because she was doing "Hello from the." So next time you hear
Sounds
an
like a
Adele hit,
dolphin.
listen to it. Well, there's an element of dolphin language, I think. Yeah, to a lot of hit music. But next time you hear Adele, listen, because you'll hear a little bit of her leaning really hard on it. Rolling in the deep.
I feel like I'm going to have to pay you extra for this interview. So
that one's free. That piece of vocal information.
I got one more for you, and everybody gets mad at me about this one. John Prine or Bob Dylan?
I love Prine.
Everybody says Prine.
I mean, also because I think we loved watching Prine sing.
Right.
And that John Prine knew how to be in a room with other people listening. You know? I think Bob Dylan was, you know what I mean? Like Bob Dylan was like, you're there or you're not. The experience is going to be the same, right? I think John Prine really cared that you understood what he was singing and the words as they went by and the words as he wrote them and meant them to be understood, like conversation. He cared that there were listeners present.
That is a great explanation of that answer.
I mean, it's just my take on it.
No, it's a good one, though. But that's all I got for you. Thanks for sitting with me.
You bet. My pleasure.
Susan Werner. Bye-bye.
That's it.